Welcome back to Timoteo TV. It's great to be back. We have our Week 3 games coming up, and this is a big week. This is the first week of the season where the Justice Division and the Peace Division play each other. So we're truly going to see who the best division is. Before we get into that, let me introduce the guys here. Buddy Martinez, as usual. Our guest expert, Mach. Bienvenido, Rosario, coach of the 49ers. And then, as usual, Chris Lar down there at the end. So, real quick before we get into that, after you watch this video, I encourage you to go to the tab War Room. Yep. And it has every single play from every game on there. So it's got full footage, no edit, nothing. So if you really want your team to get an advantage, you really want to step up and win some games in Timoteo, that's what it's going to take. Because there's people studying it, and right now, the teams that are studying it are doing well. So take advantage of that time, all right? So with that said, 3 o'clock games. 3 o'clock. First one, Cowboys-Ravens. This Cowboys 1-1, coming off a tough loss, losing at the end of the 49ers. Ravens coming out of a big win against the Cardinals. Chris, what's up with this week?
Okay, well, before I get into that, I want to break down a little bit of this Justice Division / Peace Division that we got. In 2011, we actually redid the divisions, and we put all the good teams in the Peace Division, and we had all the teams that stunk. We put them in the Justice Division. And so one of the reasons why we did this was because we kept seeing the poor teams getting their butts kicked week in, week out, and every time they did, and then they would quit. And so we had to fill teams everywhere. So we thought, well, if we put them with people that are kind of the same level, maybe they'll get better and better within a couple years. The league will be better overall. And my theory has come to reality. This is the year of changing of the guard. If you look at the past 2 years, right? In 2011 and 2012, the Peace has won 40 games to the Justice's 5. That's almost 90% of the time they win. Half the time, they end up sweeping them outright each week. But I'm going to tell you right now, this year is a changing of the guard. I made a prediction that the Justice would be on the rise, and it's going to begin this week. In fact, I'm going to say that this week is going to be a 4-2 record for the Justice over the Peace, and the Peace is going to become irrelevant within 2 years. All right, so Cowboys and Ravens. All right, shock of the week that the Cowboys actually lost. We got the Cowboy curse in full effect here. The biggest shock of the week was the Ravens actually took the game from the Cardinals. I don't know if you saw that game. There was no RG4. There was RG5. And then this week it'll probably be RG6, then 7. Who knows? They just grab quarterbacks from everywhere. But this week, I think the Ravens are going to continue the Cowboy curse, and they're going to spank the Cowboys, and it's going to be a 26-20, and the last touchdown is going to be just a fraud touchdown on their backups.
All right, all right. Mach, what do you have to add to that?
Well, I agree here with Chris. I think the curse continues. I think Richard Armour and George Billiard will have big games in this one. I got the Ravens winning 38, Cowboys 32.
All right, buddy, you going to go along with the crowd here?
Why does everyone that sits here always agree with Chris every single time? Listen, let me tell you. I'm sure I probably got the best record out of all the picks here. But the Cowboys are for real, right? They had half of their players last week, right? And I just talked to their coach. They got a new scheme that they're going to be running this week. It's called Give the Ball to Newt, all right? Newt has 7 receptions, 6 touchdowns leading the league. All right, he's unstoppable right now. All right, they got it. Ray told me, he said they're going to give the ball to Newt, and they're just going to, other teams are just have to shut him down before anyone else touches the ball. All right, so and the Ravens, they did beat the Cardinals, and I believe that they're the best team in their division over there. But again, it's, that's the weak division over there, and you got the big boys over here, and this is the best team in our division, I think. So I got the Cowboys. You can't stop Newt. And George, he can try. he spreads the ball pretty good to all his receivers, but they don't have a shot. I got the Cowboys winning 52-20.
Whoo, 52-20. All right. See what happens. All right. Other 3 o'clock game, Eagles-Panthers. Now, if the Peace Division does want to take it this week, they probably really need the Eagles to take this game. Eagles, of course, also are 0-2. They really got gut check time right now. See if this is something their team can come together, or if they're going to fall apart. Because they haven't been in this very often, this situation. Chris, what's going to happen this week?
Game is unbelievable. Who would have thought that the Eagles would be 0-2 and the Panthers would be 2-0, right, going into this week? Right now, the Panthers are second in sacks, first in interceptions, first in touchdowns, second extra points. But you got to be in reality here, right? So far, they played the Jets and the Colts. So we really don't know what we're going to get out of the Panthers yet until this week when we see them play the Eagles. And I think one of the things that the Eagles have got to figure out is how to play as a team. Right now, a bunch of individuals trying to do their thing, and I think it's not enough. And I think the Panthers are playing as a unit, are playing as one. And this week we're going to see who. I just can't fathom the Eagles going 0-3. I can't fathom the Panthers going 3-0. But I think that's really what's going to happen. I think the Panthers are going to come out on top in this game because they have no pressure. They lose, big deal. They're 2-1. Eagles lose, 0-3. All the pressure's on the Eagles. I think they fold, become irrelevant. 20-18 Panthers.
Whew. Mosh, what do you think? Are the Panthers for real? Are they going to be 3-0 for the first time ever in their history?
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with my man Chris and take the Birds this week. Expect Jimmy Cruz and Leroy Alexander to have great games. Eagles 42, Panthers 12.
Woo! Big win for the Eagles. Buddy, break the tie here.
Well, let's talk about the Panthers. The Panthers, I mean, I've been killing them on this show, and they've been playing good ball. I mean, they've been playing bad teams, but they've been playing good ball. I mean, with Jose, I mean, that kid is a monster. I mean, that kid is a monster. There's a guy I could trade for, it'd be him. I trade for Jose.
Who would you trade for him?
Probably Andy. Bam. Yeah, he's a young up-and-coming superstar. All right. But yeah, with the Eagles, though, I think this is where they bounce back. All right. The Eagles always kind of struggle a little bit throughout the year, but then they build a momentum, and then they just take it going into the playoffs. I mean, Leroy looked like he found a connection with Jalil in the last game against the Packers, just a little too late. But if he can get the ball to Jalil, I mean, Jolik was a non-factor. I don't know if he's on the team. I mean, he's not getting the ball. But if they can get the ball to their playmakers, I mean, the Panthers, I mean, they haven't beat nobody good. I mean, the Colts and the Jets. I mean, I would ride the Panthers hard if they get this win here. So, but I got the Eagles winning 38-18.
Okay. May have some bias here from the coaches from the Peace Division and the Judges kind of going along division conference lines here. So, final game for this segment, a 4:30 game, 49ers Colts. 49ers coming off that big comeback win against the Cowboys. Colts coming off their huge win against the Lions. Put up major points. What's going to happen this week?
Yeah,
Chris?
I was right last week. I said that Felix was going to come out of the closet, and he did. He played hard, and he played good, and they won the game. I think I'm going to be right again this week. Now, what's surprising me is the 49ers lead the league in sacks and interceptions. They're one of the best defenses in the league as of right now. But that changes this week. They have not met a high-octane offense like the Colts. The Colts are number one in passing touchdowns, extra points, and they have the most points scored in the league. The 49ers aren't even going to see them coming. I think the Colts beat them 32-26.
All right. Mosh,
that's three for three, baby, right now, man. I'm telling you, it's the rise of the Justice.
All right.
Well, long story short, I'm going to have to go with the Niners this week. You know, they got a nice coaching staff over there. I'm just saying, this is going to be a massacre, a blowout. A blowout of the week. Blowout of the week. 49ers 56, Colts 12.
Ooh, man. Buddy, break this tie. You going to go along with your Peace Division here?
Listen, man, the Colts, they looked impressive this last week. All right, they acquired Shameed from the Vikings. I don't know how they got that trade done, but they got it done right before the game. And he might make them a legitimate contender. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's for real. I guess this is the week where we find out if Stephen Knight can continue giving Shameed the ball. But defensively, they're still not there. They still got to pick it up defensively. Shameed got some interceptions, but they still can't, he can't do it all by himself. The 49ers, again, they're playing big boy ball in our division over here. And with Felix, I mean, you got to be able to shut down David, and you got to be able to shut down George, who's been getting the bulk of the catches. And if I look at the Colts' defense, do they have an answer for him? I don't think so. I mean, you got the Colts running into each other in the end zone. I mean, they gotta stick the other team. So I'm gonna have to say 49ers win this game 27-20.
All right. Thanks for the info, guys. Make sure you come back for the second segment. We'll break down the last two games. See you in a little bit.